Hi dear friends, welcome to my channel. It's Akshadhari by Devraj. I hope you guys are doing great. And before going to start today's newspaper, just I would request you guys to please subscribe to my channel and like and comment related to the communication and skills, English communications. If you are very interested to learn or make improve your communication in English, very great. So just leave a comment in the comment box. I can help you out. Let me open the newspaper, today's newspaper, which is very important for the point of examination. Just let me read the whole newspaper. And you guys are following the same for the PSC exams, CPSC and other exams, other state and SSC, CGL, IPPS exams. So for the point of current events, this is very important. Let me start reading the newspaper, today's newspaper. Yes, NIA team reaches Poonch, combing on for attackers. Small saving scheme rate still to catch up. Umay aims for a fourth victory. Sebastian of the Congress has not been with the party ever since Baswaj Bommai joined the BJP to become its candidate in 2008. NIA team reaches Poonch, combing on for attackers. Militants first hit the fuel tank of the army vehicle with a grenade, which sparked a major fire resulting in the deaths. Say initial reports, a militant heartbeat behind attack not identified it. Security personnel are scouring the site in the Poonch district where 5 army personnel were killed in a militant attack on Thursday. Amid massive searches in the Rajouri Poonch sector, a team from the National Investigation Agency on Friday surveyed the spot where 5 soldiers were killed and another was critically injured in a major militant attack on Thursday. Officials said the NIA team visited the site, which has been sealed after the attack. Security agencies are investigating the nature of the blast. Initial reports suggested the militants managed to hit the fuel tank with a grenade, which sparked a major fire in the vehicle, resulting in the deaths. Charred bodies of the soldiers were found near the vehicle. However, the exact cause of the fire has not been officially established. Multiple bullets fired. Investigators are also looking into the use of rocket propelled grenades, which could have given an advantage to the attackers to hit the vehicle from a distance. The security agencies have not formally identified any militant outfit behind the attack. A preliminary investigation confirms the use of both bullets and grenades in the attack. So security agencies suspect that the 3 or 4 militants have participated in the attack. Shells of 7.62 mm steel core bullets were recovered from the attack site. More than 1 dozen bullets were fired at the army vehicle from 3 sides, officials said. The shells bear Chinese marks. Initial reports suggested experts said these bullets could pierce steel plates. The army said the vehicle was traveling from Basuni in Balakote sector towards Singiote in Poonch, Surankote, as part of the country insurgency patrol. However, it's not clear why the vehicle was on a solitary drive in the area despite heightened militant activities in the region. Keep discipline. Koge urges Congress leaders. SC clears nomination of DK Shivakumar. At 74.67%, second PU results hit a record in state. What a nice news. What a great news. 8 live convicts in Godra case get bail. Changes in question paper pattern, grace marks formula help boost second PU results in state. This year, KSEAB asked 20 more objective questions. Among these, 12 were converted into MCQs. This method helped students score well. Surabhi, second PU science topper from RVPU College, Jayanagara, rejoices with her parents Sri Hari and Shruti after the results were declared in Bangalore on Friday. SM Counseling top science stream, Tabasum Hearts. Commerce topper says changed question paper helped save time. Form labors and gets rank in hearts. Nice, great, nice. The people, the students were got very good ranks from rural background, so very great, and I really congratulate them. Train services disrupted after goods train derails on Bengaluru Salem section. Man held for facilitating illegal stay of 104 foreigners. Advocate attacked with knife. Gang of burglars arrested. CCB uncovers raising racket. The accused using this modus operandi accumulated a crores of rupees and even bought assets. Central Crime Bureau officials on Thursday uncovered an interstate fundraising racket and arrested two youths from Andhra Pradesh who had opened a trust and applied 20 women for the call center to seek donations to help COVID affected orphans. The accused identified as Jayan and Venkata Chalapati, who had past experience of working with fundraising, made use of their expertise to set up a trust and operated from Bommanarli for the last 5 years. The accused faced salary to the call center employees ranging from 10,000 to 12,000, with a target of calling at least 200 people a day to seek funds. The accused using this modus operandi accumulated crores of rupees and even bought houses, sites, and expensive vehicles from the donation money, said the police. The accused soon started operating many such online fundraising firms in the name of Child Care Foundation, Care and Love, Asha Kutira Foundation, and We for Alphonse operating from Bengaluru and Hyderabad. Based on a tip-off, a team of CCB officials with the help of a child protection officer conducted raids at this call center and of the accused in Bommanarli, seized documents and equipment used to commit the fraud and arrested the accused. The accused would take photos of children in government schools and share them with donors as opponents, said police. The accused have been booked under cheating, forgery, and various sections of the Juvenile Justice Act. About renting versus buying, which is wiser. The most pervasive misconception about renting is that you waste money every month. That is untrue. Renting gives you complete control over your monthly housing expenses. BTM layout, an area of rapid changes that still battles many old problems. A document verification process at KBC apps on April 26 and 27 Karnataka Public Service Commission will verify original documents of eligible applicants for the 89 plus 47 post of junior engineer in the Department of Rural Drinking Water and Sanitation on April 26 and 27 at its office in Bangalore. With Panchamshali specified Kota Pumma aims for a fourth victory. Sigam Assembly constituency is dominated by Panchamshali Lingayat and Muslim voters. Congress and AAP have fielded Muslim candidates. Nadda must apologize to feed the people of state riders. Amit Shah's review for the selection strategy. Nomination papers of DKs among those declared valid. Papers of 3,044 candidates found to be in order to 219 constituencies. SC rejects Vinay Kulkarni plea to farm him to enter the Arwad district for election campaign. Congress leader cannot enter that district due to a ban imposed by the court while granting him bail in a murder case. BJP workers told to harness social media for greater reach. PM called me a disciplined soldier of BJP as role model. Narendra Modi had Tigers Ishwarappa, the OBC, faced the BJP base of the BJP to thank him for announcing his retirement from electoral politics and the session of the party's central leadership. Newborn baby allegedly sold for 3 lakh in Kerala hospital. TTT officials unearthed the Darshan ticket racket involving MLC Sabji. The 3-day-old baby was born at a government women and a child hospital at Thaikod in Thiruvananthapuram. Child and workers got information about the alleged sale earlier this week. 3-day-old baby born at the government women and child hospital at Thaikod in Thiruvananthapuram was allegedly sold to another woman for 3 lakh. After the police located the baby with a woman in Karamana, the Child Welfare Committee took over the baby and transferred it to its facility in Thaikod. Health Minister Veena George has directed the Health Ministry Department director to conduct an inquiry into the alleged sale of the newborn baby. She also directed the director of the Women and Child Development Department to provide adequate protection for the baby. According to District Child Welfare Committee chairperson is Shaniba Begum. Child line workers had got information about the alleged sale earlier this week, following which the Thampanur police conducted inquiries. Though the baby was located with the women in Karamana, she had initially claimed that she had given birth to the baby when the officials said checks would be conducted using a doctor. She claimed that her friend had given the baby. And further interrogation, she admitted that she bought the child from the Thaikod hospital, Mr. Begum told the Hindu. However, the identity of the parents who sold the baby is yet to be ascertained. The baby was born on April 7 and was sold to the Karamana-based women on April 10th. The Thampanur police are carrying out further investigations into the alleged sale. Efforts on to bring back body of AP man from US. LOC agreement of 2007 deserves a relook. Let me read this article editorial page which has been written by Suhasini Haider. In a book completed shortly before his passing, former special envoy Sathinder Lamba made several revelations about the India-Pakistan dialogue process he once squared. Lamba confirmed that the agreement on the line of control in Kashmir was indeed ready to be signed by then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and Pakistan President General Musharraf. But the stand-up with the judiciary that erupted in Pakistan in 2007 and the Mumbai 26 by 11 attacks in 2008 came in the way, effectively shelving any plans to revive it. A normal border, while the contours of the agreement, one that would seek not to redraw borders but make borders irrelevant, have been recorded by Pakistani leaders, including General Musharraf in his memoir In the Line of Fire, and former Pakistan Foreign Minister Khurshid Mohammad Kasuri in his insider account. Neither a hawk nor a dove. 2003 there has only been a fleeting description in India. Thus, for Lamba first referred to the settlement publicly in 2014 while addressing a university audience in Srinagar, making it clear that India would never agree to giving away any territory. In his memoir, he expands on the agreement, drawing the progression of the original four-point solution to a 14-point set of guidelines for any settlement between the two countries. The list that refers to a free flow of trade, ending cross-border terrorism, respect for human rights, and bringing down military presence but not remilitarization on both sides of the LOC hinges on one simple idea that the line of control has to be respected like a normal border between the two countries. It's an idea that has stood the test of time, circumstances, and radical shifts in the India-Pakistan equation. A reality check is important before going any further in discussing the validity of that solution. 2 decades after the process began, nearly everyone involved in the talks from 2003 to 2008 in India and Pakistan has either passed away, is out of power, or would find it politically inconvenient to discuss a resolution with the other side. A series of attacks from Mumbai to Pathankot and Pulwama have run a veto over any Indian initiative to restore dialogue, while the Narendra Modi government's reorganization of Jammu and Kashmir J&K in August 2019 and amendments to Article 370 have made it difficult for any Pakistani leader to propose a restoration of ties. As a result, the optics are grim for the two land neighbors. No political contact at any level, no trade, no direct travel links by air, road, or rail, and no high commissioners in each other's countries. The present scenario after the attack in Poonch this week will no doubt rend our relations further apart. Just days before Pakistan Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto arrives in India for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization's Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa, seeking engagement. However, as the book records, no matter how much India-Pakistan ties rupture, the long arc of the relationship have always veers towards engagement. Lamba recounts that it was not just six prime ministers he had worked with from 1984 to 2014 on Pakistan, but also the seventh leader, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who continued to seek engagement with Islamabad even after the severe setback he received to his visit in December 2015. Within a week of his surprise trip to Lahore, terrorists attacked the Pathankot Airways January 2016. Even so, just over a year later, in April 2017, Lamba writes that he was contacted by a senior official of the Prime Minister's office to ask him to travel to Pakistan to restart the back channel process. Regardless of the emissary used then, Lamba said he didn't go, but that an Indian industrialist had arrived in Murree shortly after. The back channel was put back in place, believed to run between National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and the Pakistani intelligence. It focuses on preventing hostilities, as it did during the post-Balakot downing of an Indian Air Force pilot in Pakistan in 2019. The LOC ceasefire agreement of 2021 are the aftermath of a live missile accidentally launched into the Pakistan by the Indian Air Force in March 2022. The two sides have also reportedly discussed a sequence of responses that would lead back to quasi-normalcy, restoration of statehood and elections in J&K, the reappointment of high commissioners and the restoration of visas and people-to-people ties. These would include initiatives such as the Kartarpur corridor, with Home Minister Amit Shah hinting this month that a Shada Peeth corridor across to the temple in Pakistan occupied Kashmir's Neelam Valley in being thought of. The next step would be to revisit the nearly ready agreement of 15 years ago that Lamba writes was legally vetted. One of the big changes from then to now was New Delhi's moves on August 5 2019, revoking J&K special status and statehood, which led Pakistan to snap trade and travel links and recall high commissioners. However, a more long-term view of the moves might find that they didn't change the basis for settlement of the J&K dispute. To begin with, Article 370, which was always a temporary provision and diluted over the decades, was never recognized by Pakistan. The second move, on Article 35A, redefining a permanent resident of the state, has had little to no effect in changing demography thus far and could only do so with consensus from every part of the erstwhile state. The third move on gender parity in property inheritance had already been implemented in 2002 when the J&K High Court ruled against the provision taking away property rights of women who married outside the state. The fourth, downgrading the state to a union territory will be reversed according to the government once elections are held. More than the legal moves that have changed little on the ground is the focus on the means adopted to rot those moves. Unjust arrests and a continuing security crackdown on politicians and civil society. Internet bans and a stringent lockdown and a targeting of journalists as well as human rights violations. Eventually, reversing these measures as is part of any democracy's contract with its people, and the longer New Delhi takes to ease restrictions on the valley, the more LUC normalcy will be even more necessary to is to hand cross-border terrorism from Pakistan that the people of J&K, including the Kashmiri Pandit community, have suffered from for decades now, and not just since 2019. LAC is the bigger challenge. The truth is that despite the precariousness of the situation within J&K, the LOC has been more or less stable for more than half a century. Any military aspiration by either India or Pakistan to reclaim the hard other side is unlikely to make much headway and would undoubtedly unravel more than just the boundary between them. While Pakistani politicians have been heavily opposed to accepting any status quo solution to Kashmir, Pakistan's own internal crisis, political and economic, ensure that it is on a weak wicket. It is the threat to India from China at the line of control, actual control, that is more likely to continue to be India's bigger challenge, and is as a result India's need for a more stable line of control grows to avoid a two-front military engagement. Meanwhile, residents of J&K deserve a chance to prosper without the constant overhang of war and a proxy war between the two nuclear armed neighbors. A bilateral agreement would also hand the past hope of independence. The residents of the valley have been beguiled with for too long. Revisiting the non-territorial NIA agreement of LOC of a decade and a half ago is eventually the only way forward, regardless of how much time goes by, how much water flows in the Indus, and how many lives are lost before both sides deem it necessary to do so. Botanical gardens and life on Earth. So this is one of the highway page. On this Earth Day, April 22, we should celebrate the recent decision of the Tamil Nadu government to establish a large botanical garden, the Chengalpattu Botanical Garden in the state, as an important and welcome piece of news. Plants from the basis of civilization, humanity has had a long association with gardens ever since man learned to cultivate plants more than 11,000 years ago, making the dawn of agriculture. The tradition of home gardens, plant spaces around homes to grow edible and medicinal plants, has been noted in ancient texts and depicted in cave paintings, showing the antiquity of gardening. Gardens capture a part of Earth's biodiversity for our enjoyment. Modern academic gardens often have hundreds and thousands of dried plant specimens for research. Rulers from ancient civilization to modern own botanical gardens rich in native plants and plants collected from distant places. These patrons have botanical gardens not only funded but also oversaw botanical collections. A beautiful garden was an important metric of one's prosperity and eclectic administration. Between the 15th and 17th century, European explorations led to the establishment of several academic botanical gardens, where both plant curiosities and research on plants were used to justify their establishment. The oldest of these, Orto Botanico di Padova in Italy, was founded in 1544 and the most well known. The Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew near London was formally consolidated in 1840. Today, though, these botanical gardens are major centers of research and education on plants as well as famous tourist destinations. The gardens in India, the oldest of the Indian ancient academic gardens, the Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose Indian Botanical Garden in Aura, Kolkata, was established in 1787, albeit under a different name. The garden is spread over 109 hectares. The city is also the headquarters of the Botanical Survey of India, and thus the country's major research center is in botanical surveys and documentation. The exact number of botanical gardens in India is not known. The published number ranges from between 10 to 35. Globally, botanical gardens are important centers for plant exploration, discovery, and research, as well as biodiversity outreach. Indian biological botanical gardens have often lacked this wider perspective. Only a handful of botanical gardens, such as the Botanic Garden of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, National Botanical Research Institute, Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, the Kerala State Council for Science, Technology and Environment, Jawaharlal Nehru Tropical Botanical Garden and Research Institute in Palode, Kerala, the AJC Indian Botanic Garden, and more recently the KSCSTE Malabar Botanical Garden and Institute for Plant Sciences, Kozhikode in Kerala have plant exploration and education programs. Limited knowledge at a chance for change. India is among the countries with high diversity of plants and animals, with an estimated 18,000 to 20,000 plant species. Plants are the structural foundations of our diverse ecological communities that feed us, provide us with nutrition and medicine, mitigate climate change, enrich our spirits, and secure us against an uncertain future. Yet, our knowledge of our vast botanical heritage is extremely limited. Our scientific and educational institutions, with a few exceptions, have neglected many aspects of plant biology, taxonomy, ecology, evolution, plant animal, and plant mycorrhizal interactions, population ecology, and stress biology, to name a few. The neglect is hard to understand given the importance of plants in our daily lives and our continued pursuit of for novel and cues and other restoration of nature. The 300 crore Chengalpattu Botanical Garden, a Kadambur village in Chengalpattu district, is being planned across 138 hectares and will be India's largest botanical garden. The CBG has the potential to become a major center for the exploration and discovery of plant wealth, thus a center of research, education, citizen science, and outreach in plant biology, and be a forceful voice in conservation. The Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew has been chosen as a key partner for technical expertise on what plants to use and how to maintain them. While the Kew Gardens are indisputably one of the largest and sophisticated botanical gardens in the Northern Hemisphere, many institutions and individuals in India also have the relevant and appropriate expertise in the design and development of gardens. The past 2 decades, the botanical gardens in Singapore, Thailand, and Indonesia, to name a few, have set new standards in their research and outreach programs while maintaining their recreational and ecotourism features. Collaboration with such gardens that share many plant species could be immensely beneficial. As a standard, given the complex engineering that goes behind the construction and maintenance of a successful garden, botanical garden today representing metric of national success from these perspectives of science, technology, and outreach, just as in the golden ages of this region, doing as far back as the Maurya monarch. Ashoka, when a botanical garden was a display of prosperity, scientific disposition, and eclectic administration. And it is not just the botanical garden. In this era of climate change and declining biodiversity, we need every inch of our backyards and as we to nurture native plants and associated living organisms to remind ourselves and the generation to overcome the needs to heal our heart through the power of plants. This is one of the very important, in the point of biological gardens, botanical gardens. With Vasalens, center seems to be posting a collegium to record its recommendations by kind action. This is one of the. I hope you guys would understand. So as I told you, you have to maintain some you have to follow some tactics. So yeah, you have to find write some understandable words in a paper, and you have to write them and find out the meaning for the same words. The rise and fall of Atik Ahmad. From his early years, Atiq Ahmad was lived on the wrong side of the law. In time, large swaths of the area around Hust, while Ahmad came under his criminal aways way. Deves K. Pandey chronicles the career of the gangster politician and the circumstances and lingering questions around his death this month. Businessman worked typhoid of Ahmad and his henchmen for election expenses. He would force them to pay of huge amounts, up to 5 lakh per head. Atiq Ahmad and his brother Ashraf Ahmad being escorted by the police and being escorted by the police for a medical checkup. CBI seeks details from Satyapal Malik in J&K insurance case. Congress saps prosecution in Naroda Gam massacre case. And a team in Poonch search hunt for attackers, track parties using taxpayer money to create vote banks. Small saving schemes rates are still to catch up. Vadra DLF land deal still under proof, says Haryana government. Why were political parties not informed about defective WVPA case? Demands Congress. This to Delhi LG over appointment of the asset chief. Fact checking network focuses on fake news and ruling party center. Why invoke an essay against YouTuber SCA as Tamil Nadu? And new IT rules allowing system of fact checking with proof are in public interest. Government. Political satirist Kunal Kumra had filed a petition in the Bombay IHC against the amendment. Karnataka election results will change country's political scenario. Democratic norms are violated, constitution is ignored, and autonomous bodies are misused. Those who are ruling now are ignoring laws, says Congress President on why winning is crucial. India has to prepare evacuation plans for its citizens in Sudan. No crisis in BJP's Manipur unit, says Byron Singh. Facilities for Vuju allowed at Gyanwapi Mosque. SC grants bail to 8 live convicts in Godhra train burning case. The court considered several factors to decide on their plea, including that they have spent 18 years in jail. 4 other convicts were denied bail. Bihar government serves notices on PMAYG beneficiaries. Indian politicians, ministries, celebrities lose Twitter blue ticks. Upgraded X-ray machines to fast-track baggage check at airports by end of year. NCP uses RTI to dig into sunstroke deaths. Millions of Oliva Ridleys make it to sea at Orissa beach. Remembrance of God. Twitter drops state-affiliated tag of several media accounts. Pak agency warns cable operators against hiring Indian channels. Indonesia's main party names Jawa governors as presidential candidate. Owing support US and allies believe Ukraine can retake land. UK Deputy PM Rob resigns after bullying investigation. Over 400 killed, 3,500 hurt in Sudan fighting, says WHO. Kidnap victims march on 4th anniversary of Easter attacks. Nearly 300 persons died and hundreds were injured in the coordinated serial blast in Sri Lanka. UN reports of the charts melting of glaciers. It's little important for the point of examination. UN agency says the last 8 years have been the warmest ever, with concentration of greenhouse gases hitting new peaks. The world's glaciers melted at dramatic speed last year, and saving them is effectively a lost cause. The United Nations reported on Friday as climate change indicators once again hit records high. The last 8 years have been the warmest ever recorded. While concentrations of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide hit new peaks, the UN's World Meteorological Organization said the Antarctic sea ice fell to its lowest extent on record, and the melting of some European glacier was literally off the charts. The WMO spelled out as it launched its annual climate tours. Sea levels are also at a record high, having risen by an average of 4.62 millimeters per year between 2013 and 2022, double the rate it was between 1993 and 2002. Record high temperatures were recorded in the oceans, where around 90% of the heat trapped on Earth by greenhouse gases. Hands up. The 2015 Paris Agreement saw countries agree to cap global warming at well below 2 degrees Celsius above average levels measured between 1850 and 1900, and 1.5 degrees Celsius if possible. Demand is strong, inflation easing. Rebound in contact intensive services supporting demand, monetary actions, supply side step by steps to slow the pace of retail inflation to 5.2% in Q4 financial year 24, say central bank officials in the RBI's April bulletin. Now cast Q4 2022-23 real GDP growth at 5.4%. Dr. Reddy's unveils generic of hypertension injection in US. New customs entries moving to normalcy, says CBSE. Innovative economy needs charges to process data. Life insurance first year premium rose 17.9% to 3.7 lakh crore in financial year 23. Satya Nava posed threats to take honors. Gritty Reith turns the tables and Yashashwini. Bangalore FC puts it across Jamshedpur FC, books a bath in the title decider. Chennai to host Q1 eliminate. Ahmedabad gets Q2 and final. Dhoni's big gloves and big presence behind the stumps. Stolen cricket gear recovered. Culprits found. Skipper Warner just wanted to focus on feeling good at the moment, says Archer. To the spinner set it up. Conway says CSK's chase. It's all about sports. I can't tell people how to bat, says Warner. Injury wise for both Emma and PBK is such likely to play. It's the last page of sports. Sevilla outplays United, moves into semi-final. And Nisari nets twice as 10. Hark's side repeatedly shoots itself in the foot again, having scored 2 own goals in the first leg. Ninth game in World Chess Champions draw. Kerala women first win in Fed Cup volleyball. Champions breakfast. How Saviti ate her sorrows to rise stronger. The iron-willed boxer has used setbacks, injury, despair, and grief as fuel to conquer the world almost a decade after she first made a mark at the elite level. My willpower is very strong. I never let anyone pairing a few field that had a groin issue, which surfaced 20 days prior to the World Championships. For about 10 months, I did not touch the boxing gloves. I did not like speaking to anyone at home and stayed hello. I would shout at others if anyone in my family tried speaking to me. Meet the Dice Buckingham, the man piloting Mumbai City to the top. In a freewheeling chart, this successful 38-year-old head coach talks about the ISL, the quality of young Indian footballers, the country's chances of becoming a contender at the global stage, and what he intends to do with his pilot license. What we do and how we work with our players here, there is massive potential for growth because they are so keen to learn. The last page. Yes, guys, and please subscribe to my channel, like and comment, and for more information related to communication and English classes, please subscribe and like and comment. See you in the upcoming videos. Have a great day. Bye bye. Take care.